Hey kiddos, I've done this video before, but tonight we are going to get actual definitions on this topic because I evidently have some uneducated people in my group that actually do not know what words like coexist, Christian, witchcraft, they don't really know what the definitions really mean. So I'm actually going to go and pull up definitions and I'm going to read what the definitions actually mean. So some of the ignorant bigotrix and bigots, I should say, in my group that do not know what the words mean, don't know what the words are, so they'll quit fence straddling because they're scared little pussies in my group. So they'll learn to quit fence straddling because I actually have problem with people that come to the word of I'm a Christian witch. Nah, boo. You can't be that. You're either a witch or you're a Christian. Because in actuality, if you go out through history, Christians and witches have been at a big war since the dawn of mankind. We have never really shook hands on any plane. Witches like myself have invented the word coexist. Now, let me pull up the word coexist so people can actually know what the word is and quit throwing it around like parlay. I'm sick and tired of this. Okay, so let me pull up the word coexist. This is like the Sesame Street. Okay,
there's no such thing as coexist because coexistence is never going to happen because since when will Muslims, Islam?
Okay, Mom. See, this is where you're shush. Shut up. That's why I don't let you talk because you know this is belief system, not that. Okay.
It's what they
mean. Coexist means exist at the same time and place or in the same place. Now, exist in mutual tolerance despite different ideals and interests. Okay. That's what it means, people. It doesn't mean, oh, we're going to be a one world domination. No, that is not what it meant, children. Okay? That is not what it means. Mom, shush. Let me teach. I'm being a teacher. Okay? What you just said was not it. Okay? You were going above the apple tree and spitting out apple seeds that were not it. Let me teach. No.
You might not need to do your videos when she's up.
I'm going to put a friggin' sock in your mouth. Let me teach. She's not teaching right, people. Now, that is what the word coexist means, my children. Okay? So, if you don't know what the word means, don't say it. Don't spray it. Don't be speaking words you know nothing about, my children, because witches like myself, we tend to get very pissed. We tend to get very antsy. We tend to get very offended. Okay? We want to get along with Catholics, Christians, and other belief systems. We really do. But you know how hard it is when they're beating you up the head with Bibles and everything else and be like me, be like me. No, you cannot be a Catholic witch. You cannot be a Christian witch. Okay, you could be a spiritualist witch. Yes, you absolutely can. You could be a religious witch. What I mean by a religious witch is you could practice Santeria, which Santeria is a religion, my people. Okay, you could be a very religious witch. Religion is very different than Christianity. Christianity is not a religion. It is an occult phenomena. That is a cult because it is brainwash mechanism. That they don't want to say it's an occult because they don't want to admit it's an occult, but it actually is, my friends, because it's something that they got to keep on, me, like, subliminal messages. Okay, it's the truth. Okay, now let me tell you the definition of Christianity. Okay, so people can understand. And I'm going to tell you a thing how they feel about us witches so you can understand. I'm going to tell you the word Christianity. Okay? Christianity is an Aramaic, monotheistic religion, which is not religion, based on the life and teaching of Jesus of Nazareth. It is the world's largest religion, a cult. with about 2.4 billion followers. Its adherents, known as Christians, make up the majority of the population in 157 countries and territories and believe that Jesus is the Christ, who is coming as the Messiah, was prophesied in the Hebrew Bible called the Old Testament in, hang on, let me hit this thing, in Christianity and chroniclized in the New Testament. Christianity remains culturally diverse in the Western and Eastern branches. I like doing it like this because it seems a little bit more entertaining. I like being funny, that's just me. Anyway, as well as its doctrines concerning justifications and the nature of salvation, which salvation is a whole nother topic which gets totally misconcerned and yeah. And whatever the freak word that is, ecclesiology, organization, and Christianology. The creeds promulgated during the first seven whatever councils, which are considered the baseline of orthodoxy by the vast majority of the world's Christians, stated that Jesus is the Son of God, the Logos incarnated, who ministered, suffered, and died on a cross, but rose from the dead. He's a zombie. I'm joking, y'all. He's not a zombie. Even though it sounds like he's a zombie because he ate flesh, he rose from the dead, drank blood. He's half vampire, just so y'all know. I'm joking. He's a zombie vampire. I'm just making this a joke, y'all. Okay? I'm trying to be lighthearted a little bit here. Okay, rose from the dead for the salvation of mankind and referred to as the gospel, meaning the good news. Describing Jesus' life and teachings are the full canonical gospel. They come up with all these big words to make it sound important, Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, with the Old Testament of the Gospels' respected background. Christianity began as a Second Temple Judaic sect in the first century and Roman province of Judea. Jesus' apostles and their followers spread around the Levant, Europe, Anatolo, Mesopotamia. Yeah, vampiric. Mesopotamia, whatever word that is, right?
Don't worry about those words.
That's a wild ass word. Egypt, Euthopia, I know that word.
Euthria?
I think it's Euthopia. I know the word. It's Ethiopia. Euthopia. Despite initial persecution, it soon attracted genitalia. Gentle. They didn't know how to spell gentle really well. God fears, which led to depart from Jewish customs, and after the fall of Jerusalem, AD 70, which ended the temple-based Judaism, Christianity slowly departed from Judaism. Emperor Constantine the later convened a council. This is a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's basic Christianity, okay? But let's see. What does it say? What does the Bible say about witches? Okay, I'll leave that there. Okay, I'll leave it there. Okay. So that's the basism of Christianity, my young ones. A whole bunch of hidden, spissing, bunch of fucking, pardon my French, a whole bunch of words that we do not understand, that's confusing, a bunch of words that you're sitting there scratching your head going, okay. Huh? It basically got, it's trickery. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of words, makes it sound interesting because he died, he came back from your sins, he rose again, he's eating dead flesh. He's drinking blood. You're sitting there just like, whoa, this dude's cool. He rose back from the dead, It sounds like a really fantastical, story. So you're sitting here just like, dude, this guy's like amazing, So of course you're going to buy into it, So
he's like a multi-hero.
So he sounds like a superhero, of course, like a superhero way back then in the days, like the first day ever Stan Lee Superman, is basically what he is, but he's a zombie vampire Superman. Basically what he was before Stan Lee ever knew he was around. The first ever Stan Lee writing comic books back in the day. Okay, so now we're going to get to the nitty gritty of how the Bible wrote about witches, and I'm going to put in different things about Christians and, how they feel about our kind. And that's where it's going to get scary. And people want to, invoke the right of saying, well, I'm a witch Christian and I'm a Christian witch and all this other stuff. And the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm wanting to educate people, because I'm not trying to start a war. No, I want people to understand. I want people to coexist. I don't want a war. But there cannot be a blending, a merging of belief systems. No. Okay, because they cannot be accepted, because what has happened to us. And I will pull up history as well and read it to y'all. Certain things are unforgivable. There is past that cannot be forgotten and not forgiven, because my family is one of the originators that came from Salem. So no, it cannot be forgiven nor forgotten. So when someone comes up and says, I'm a Christian witch, I'm going to snap back and be like, I can't, no. That's like spitting in my face. That's like kicking me in my groin. That's like you're openly having a fight with me and you're hurting me in a way that you don't even think that you're hurting me. You're physically laying hands on me and not even knowing that you are. You actually are. Okay? I mean, these people had tormented these poor people in ways that they couldn't even legitimately put down on paper, because it was so unorthodoxly evil that they didn't even really want to justifiably put it on paper, because they didn't really want to put down that this is how evil Christian people really could be towards a human being, even though supposedly the person that they were persecuting was a person of the devil, because they were per se a witch. And a witch at that time was classified, a knight of the devil. We were knights of devils, we were Satanists. They, that's how, back in the time, they classified us knights of devils, spawns of devils, workers of the devils. Like the movie, I hate to refer to this because I love Lorraine, Miss Warren. A lot of witches, and most witches back in the day, they did a lot of dark arts. I hate to say it. Some witches did, because they were getting revenge for what had happened to a lot of us being persecuted. They did dark arts towards a lot of people. And so a lot of witches still gave a lot of us bad names and bad history. I will admit that they did. Not a lot of us are that way. No, unless you do something wrong that you earn that. Pray for you. Pray for you then. And I say that with a heavy heart, because we don't do something unless you harm our family, you steal from us, you really, really do something you shouldn't do. Like really bad. Rape us, beat the shit out of us. You do something you really, really shouldn't do, and then hell hath no fury. You have no idea. And we were given that right. So, everybody has intent. Everybody has intentions. Everybody has different ways of doing things. I mean, even Christians have, they wish and pray and shit happens and they think it's God. No, it's actually them. I hate to burst their bubble. And I'm not going to say how it happens, but no, it's them that's doing it. So pop that bubble, honey. It's not what you think. But anyway, they refer to us as a lot of very dark, evil things. So we got tortured at many different torturous devices. If you watch the TV show, which is a Salem, or just a show Salem, and see how they tortured us, they actually put very, very spot on things how they tortured women. The show Salem, and the things that they did. I mean, they even tore out our female organs while we were alive. Like When I say they tore out stuff from inside of us while we were alive, they put hot red pokers up inside of us while we were alive, burned our nipples. I mean, they did horrible, horrible things to us that you guys have no idea, that we have spell books, that, you know, grimoires and things that were left behind, that we read things that you guys have no ideas, that innocent women, just because they were midwives, that they practiced natural magic, that, you know, that they were helping women, giving them stuff like chamomile, lavender, you know, things that they knew magically what to do natural, that they were pretty much practicing Wicca. And just because they didn't want to go under man's thumb and do what he wanted, they got cast down and they got tormented. So it wasn't all dark women, it was even good women. So, you know, you guys ain't thinking about what I'm a Christian witch. You're not thinking about what you're praising hallelujah to. You're praising hallelujah to the most darkest ones that there really is. You're praising to people that actually do more darker shit, that are more like Satanists than more Christian, I hate to say. So, yeah. And if they could get by with tormenting us and torturing us and stoning us and caning us, and they would.
The reason I am upset is because what was happening to me. I couldn't even speak the word Christian in my own group without getting thrown out.
Yeah, my mom, she was trying to put a post up in her own, and actually her own group, which is her and I's group. She was trying to put a post up in her own group, and she was getting tossed out of her own group. And she couldn't type up anything with the word Christian in her own group, which it was nothing profane or profound. And it was throwing her out of her group, completely wiping off her whole entire. And thing is, this is our group. Yeah, it's Facebook, but we didn't get a post saying, okay, y'all can't type up nothing dealing with Christianity more than 3 to 4 or 5 times. Or this has, you know, this is what pisses us off. This is like going against freedom of rights, freedom of belief, freedom of speech. My grandfather and my dad fought for me to have these rights, and countless other men, countless other women, and no one's gotten any type of warning dealing with this. No other belief system is getting the rights for this. So why does Christians get this belief system and uphold it, but no one else does?
And the thing of it is I thought the reason that was getting deleted is because I put a couple of pages on there from the Book of Satan. I thought that's why I was getting deleted.
Yeah, she thought she was getting deleted because she was putting up stuff dealing with Book of Satan.
In there and I reposted that to see if that's what it was.
Okay, you're getting off of it, Mom. You're getting off of what I'm saying. But Mom, you're going over me. But I'm trying. No, yes, you're going over what I'm saying, Mom. But you're gonna make me forget what I'm saying, Mom. Stop. This is why it's hard for me to sometimes make videos when she is in here. You need to stop. I'm gonna throw this computer at you. You're pissing me off. Quit. Mom, enough. Okay, so this is what it says about witches in the Bible. Christian Bible. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. That means to kill us, y'all.
That's right.
It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Bible verses about witches. I'm going to tell y'all every single one. Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. That means to kill us. 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Deuteronomy 18:9-14. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. Read more. Hang on. Wait, no. I went to Deuteronomy. Hang on. Leviticus 20:27. A man also or a woman that hath a familiar spirit, are familiars, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. They're talking about stoning us to death by our blood, y'all. And y'all want to call these y'all's people. Seriously. And this is in the Christian Bible. Okay? Y'all are not thinking about this. Seriously. And y'all want to call yourself Christian witches. Like, seriously. For real. Y'all are not waking up hearing this yet. They want us dead. They still want us dead. They hate us till this day. We want coexistence. They still want us dead. If you go into a church to this day and say, I'm a witch, or a Christian witch, or anything dealing with the word witch, wizard, warlock, any type of thing, you will be close to getting your butt beat. Galatians 5:19-21. Now, the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, whateverishness. The fuck that is. Acts 13:8-10. But Elmas the sorcerer, for so is his name by interpretation, withstood them, seeking to turn away the the deputy from faith. If y'all don't know what any of this means, I could give you the definition, because I have 4 actual, I'm actually ordained to be a actual priest in church, so that y'all don't know. So yeah, thanks to my grandma. 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So they're pretty much saying we follow Satan. Revelation 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Which means they feel we're all going to hell. So I feel that's why a lot of y'all are riding the fence between witch and Christian, because y'all are a bunch of scary little biatches. It's either one or the other, guys. It's called reincarnation. This is right here is called fear tactics. Okay? If y'all are going to be that scary, you have no business being a witch group. You have your business going to church and not being a witch. Get your butt out of my broom closet. Get your butt out of my classrooms and scat. I don't got time for no little brats. 1 Samuel 28:7. Another thing that they're talking about us. And it said, Saul unto his servants, seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, Behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at endure, and dare, and whatever. Deuteronomy 18:9-12. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do the abominations of those nations, which means we shall not learn to do no witchcraft. Y'all do not know nothing about how much they hate us. You cannot straddle the fence between them and us. You do not do it. You're either one or the other. You don't do it, guys. It's a no, 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 no. Why don't you go to a church and ask them? How about all my admits that have a problem with me and my mom being judgmental? Get off your ass and go to a church and go ask them about being a Christian witch and get your education before you sit here and say we're being judgmental. Or get your ass out of my group. How about that? Meet me outside. Catch me outside. How about that? Because I'm getting tired of y'all's asshole attitudes. And I'll tell you like it is. Kiss my ass. Anyway. Next one. Acts 19:18-20. And many that believed came and confessed and shewed their deeds. Because they were ashamed of what they were, basically. 2 Kings 21:6. And he made his son pass through the fire and observed times and used enchantments and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards. He wrought much wickedness in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. So we anger God, y'all. So how can you be a Christian witch if we anger God? Y'all ain't thinking about that. So if you're a Christian witch, that doesn't make sense because you anger him. You anger their God. So it doesn't make sense. You can't believe in our gods and their God because their God hates us. It even says he hates us. Stupidity 101, jackasses. I'm going to tell you like it is, and you don't like me cutting you down, quit being stupid. And I'm going to tell you you're being stupid because you can't be them. You can't. I mean, I know I'm sounding like the lady off that TV, but you don't like it, then don't be stupid, okay? You cannot be a Christian witch. I don't know who told you that you could, but evidently they did it so they could lie to you. So it was another Christian witch, evidently. They did it so they can mislead you. So they were leading you down the Hansel and Gretel chain so they could throw you in the oven so you could get ate by the Christian witch. Dumbasses. Anyway.
Somebody wanted some money.
Yeah, it was somebody who wanted money, evidently. Okay, so let's see. First Chronicles 10:13. So Saul died for his transgressions, which he committed against the Lord, even against the word of the Lord, which he kept not, and also for asking counsel of one that also had a familiar spirit to inquire of it. They inquired one that had a familiar, which was a witch, which was a no. Shame on him, and it angered the Lord. Oh. Yeah, those that are four seers and have sight are witches, even in the Bible, y'all. So if you seek out a seer, they are a witch. That's a no. Even in the Bible, it says if you have a gift of sight, you're a witch. Yeah. First Peter. Well, no, we got to do Revelations. My bad. Revelation 22:15. For without our dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whoever so loveth and maketh a lie. So they even put us with whoremongers, y'all. They call us whoremongers, and they even put us with murderers, and they put us with idolaters, and they even put us with dogs. So that goes to show you what Christians put you with, and you want to lay within that bed? Your ass wants to get in bed with them motherfuckers. And you want to lay in that bed. You want to go up in there and sleep with that bitch. You want to go up in there and let that bitch tap that ass. You're stupid. Man, you just begging for that negative attention, aren't you? Oof. Oof.
Okay, anyways.
Man, you must be ashamed of that witch blood. You're a fake witch. That's what that problem is. And you get this witch tearing you up. I ain't done yet. I ain't done shaming these fakies. Oh, no, I'm not. First Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your advisory, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whomever he may devour. So we're with the devil because he's devouring and roaring us and telling us that we're witches.
He's our pimp daddy.
Yep, he's our pimp daddy with his big daddy pimp cane. Yep. I'd rather follow the devil than a fake lying God, because I'm not a Christian witch. I'm with the devil, y'all, because he's hot. He's Lucifer. He's a pretty one. Yeah, I'd rather be with the devil than you little lying hoes. Because at least I know I'm a proud witch and I don't got to lie about being a Christian witch. Anyway, let's see. Acts 16:9. Let's see what more they got to say about us. And it came to pass as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with the spirit of divination met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying. I would have to read more, but I'm not clicking that one. Isaiah 47:8-12. Therefore hear now this, thou art given to pleasures.
No.
I'm bringing out your demons.
No, I can't play with Karina or anything.
That dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. So it's saying that us witches will not know that art given to pleasure.
No.
Okay, that's stupid. Okay, that didn't make no
That's
sense.
stupid. I'm not whispering to my girl in the middle
Okay,
of the house.
James 2:19. Thou believest that there is one God that does well. The devils also believe and tremble. Okay. Acts 16:16. And it came to pass as we went to prayer. Okay, that already came out. That made a whole bunch of sense. But
That's why I
alrighty.
said a lot of scriptures and they don't make no sense.
That's what I've been saying.
The Bible, that's why the preacher's got to get up there and interpret it.
Yeah, they don't know anything
That's why
about
they
it.
Then they have to say they're saying, you're saying, they're like, yeah, okay. That makes a whole lot of bullshit sense.
Allow ads. Go away. Come on. Okay, that's gonna give me issues, so I won't be able to go to that one. Okay, let's go to.
What the point is you read enough to tell them that the Bible says that witches should die at Christians' hands.
Yeah, that's
Christians
enough.
hate us.
That's enough. Basically,
Okay.
Christianity is
So,
for witches
hang on.
and everything.
So y'all basically heard how they feel about us in history. And not history, but the Bible. Now, hang on, I gotta go over here. Trey, chill out. The game is not important at the moment.
I'm not getting mad about that.
You can play with her after a while. I ain't worried about that.
But you're worried about talking shit to a bunch of people that are probably gonna leave the group.
Don't lose your cool right now, Dre, because you're gonna get in trouble with your mother.
I'm not losing my
Well,
cool.
then tell your brother to trade places with you. He probably needs to get some sleep anyway.
What I'm trying to say is that these people are never going to change. They won't ever change, and that's just their
Well, they're going to change because they're going to get the fuck out of my group because I'm sick of hearing it.
If they don't change, then you can just boot them out. There's your easy, simple
they're
answer.
they're going to leave on their own account then. It's my group. I don't have to.
You can boot them out.
Okay, I'm sharing the video so everyone can come in and pay attention. I'm gonna share it up on Twitter to be quick.
Boot people out of your group?
Yes, Dre, quit being bossy. Look, you know what? Playing with your girlfriend ain't the highlight of my night, okay? She lives here. Shut up. Or you're going to get off and go to bed.
You see her every day.
Ow.
And she lives here, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm not saying nothing.
Okay, guys. Now, next, I'm giving y'all a full rundown because I'm tired of people not knowing their history, not knowing their Bible, not knowing anything. So I'm giving y'all a full rundown and everything.
And y'all criticizing me.
And criticizing my mother and me. Now, most clergy seem to have been rather limited in creativity, so witches were shown as behaving a simplistic opposite fashion from Christians. Since Christians kneeled, then witches stood on their heads. Then witches stood on their heads when paying homage to their masters. Communion was parodied by Black Mass. Catholic sacraments became excrement. Christian persecution of witches, witchcraft, and women. So I'm going to educate y'all since y'all evidently don't know how to read, know your history. Y'all want to pat Christians on the back. You want to be Christian witches. Y'all want to sit here and think we're being judgmental, we're being rude, and oh, my mom and me, we're being so mean and bad. Fuck y'all. Y'all are going to learn your goddamn history and shut the fuck up and eat it with a fucking porridge spoon or get the fuck out of our group and just shut up your nasty cunts. Because that's what y'all have. Tough shit. Nasty old bitches can leave. Okay. So, this is Learn Religions 101, since you bitches can't read because y'all are a bunch of illiterate hoes. 101 by Flames because y'all pissed the other one off and she left. Portrayals of witchcraft in church records can be very amusing. Almost everything that was known at the time about witches was pure fiction.
She's going to get herself thrown out the book, right?
Oh, let them throw me out. I want them to because I'm the admit. I'm the head admit. And Zinches by church authorities who were told that witches were a threat and so had to come up with something to describe. Their creations had passed on into popular culture images of witches, which continue to this day, people. It continues to this day of how they torment people, okay? Very little of people's understanding of witches has anything to do with older pagan traditions, which supposedly were the source of witches and witchcraft. Yeah, think about that. Most clerics or clerics seem to have been rather limited in creativity, so witches were shown as behaving a simplistically opposite fashion from Christians. Since Christians kneeled, then witches stood on their heads when paying homage to their masters. Communion was parodied by Black Mass. Catholic sacraments became excrement. The above image depicts some of the strange and crazy things which medieval Christians believed that witches did at night. One of the most famous symbols of the Inquisition's witch craze was the publications of the whatever Malleus Maleficarum, Witch's Hammer by Jacob Spencer and Henrik Kramer. These two whatever monks wrote a lurid account of witches were really like and what they really did, an account which would rival modern science fiction in its creativity, not to mention its fictionness. It's not too far from the truth to suggest that Spencergy and Kramer were early paganist, creating a fake resource for authorities in order to help justify what the authorities wanted to do all along. Spencergy and Kramer told religious leaders what they wanted to hear and help make it easier for those leaders to pursue the persecution of witches throughout Europe. The political and religious goals set down by the church leaders were deemed far more important than the consequences to their own values, principles, or morals, and certainly more important than the possible persecution of anyone who might actually be innocent of the charges leveled against them.
So they lied.
So they actually lied.
Asshole.
So yeah, these are people that y'all want to call Christians, and you want to call yourself a Christian, which
if we can't evolve and love one another, then everything's going to keep getting into chaos.
I don't mind coexisting with them, but I'm not going to call myself one. Okay?
No, that's not it. The violence of the history in the past doesn't need to keep happening.
No, I completely agree.
But we need to keep embracing one another, or everything.
That's what coexist means. It means we can be together in the same room, but it doesn't mean I have to be like you, brother. It does not mean that I have to be a Christian witch. It means I can be a witch, you can be a Christian, but doesn't mean I have to envelop your belief. That's what coexist means. People don't know what coexist means, and they need to.
Like, I've been friends with Christians. It's just as long as they don't.
That's why it means go back to the beginning of the video and learn what coexist means, because I gave the definition of coexist. If you don't know what coexist means, it means you know what, you have no business having a belief system if you don't know what coexist means.
It means I can be your friend, but I don't have to agree.
Okay. Christians in medieval and pre-modern Europe believed that Satan was a real being and that Satan was actively involved in the affairs of humans. This is how stupid Christians are. And they still believe this to this day. And y'all want to believe that you're Christian witches.
I want to
Can't
say
believe in God and Satan at the same time.
Yeah, because most witches believe that Satan isn't real. So you can't be a Christian witch because witches don't believe in Satan. So you guys are idiots. You're stupid. And I know I'm being a bitch, but I'm putting y'all in y'all's fucking places because y'all are stupid. And somebody needs to put y'all in y'all's places before a witch bigger than me hexes y'all's ass. No, I'm serious. No, I'm putting y'all in y'all's places before a meaner, uglier, nastier, much older witch than myself puts a mean, ugly hex on you. Because you cross a witch that's got more age, more power than me, and I got some age and power on me that y'all have no idea about. But I'm not going there. They have no business knowing anything about me because they evidently think that they have no business, but they're going to cross somebody meaner than me that's going to hex them just by looking at them. But it's okay. I'm educating y'all. So y'all can't say you weren't educated. So y'all can't come crying to us next. So
that do believe in the devil.
Satan's goal, hang on. Satan's goal was the corruption of humanity, the destruction of everything good, and the damnation of as many people as people in hell. Can I get a hallelujah? I could be a preacher. Y'all have no idea. Trust me, I actually got 4 doctrines. I really do. You motherfuckers have no idea. One means by which it was believed he accomplished this was through human agents to whom he gave supernatural powers, us witches. Oh my! Witches were easily categorized as servants of Satan. So how can you be a Christian witch if you're a servant of Satan, I mind you? How?
I do it every day.
You're a Christian Satan witch? Wow, that's a pickle of a fuck. That's a pickled fuck. No longer merely adheres to a more ancient religious tradition. Witches were targeted for prosecutions as slaves of the cosmic enemy of God, Jesus, and Christianity. Instead of a healer or a teacher, the witch was made into an instrument of evil. We're instruments of evil, but y'all want to be Christian witches. Y'all want to pat these motherfuckers on the back when they call us instruments of evil. They still refer to us like that still to this day. Go sit in church and go ask the preacher like if they can give you a sermon on witches and witchcraft that week and hear how they talk about you. And then come out and feel your blood boiling and understand why I am pissed and peeved that y'all are saying that I'm being a snob, that I'm being judgmental, that I'm being a witch. I'm being proud of who I am. I'm not the one being scared. Y'all are being scared. Y'all are the ones that's on that fence masturbating it, not me. Okay?
Not all witches are bad, though. Is what she's trying to say.
I'm not. You're interrupting me. They're masturbating the goddamn fence between Christianity and witch. I'm not afraid of who I am. They're the ones being scared of who they are. They're scared. No, they're scared.
Stop yelling.
No, I'm yelling. No, you're interrupting my video. You need to shut up. Shut up.
I'm not trying to say anything wrong.
I'm tired of everybody interrupting my video. I'm trying to educate ignorant folks. You need to shut up and quit interrupting and interfering because there's a lot of ignorant people in this goddamn group that are pissing me the fuck off.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Religious and political authorities. Now, this right here is touching on something now that's going on. As various eras and different cultures have always found it convenient to associate their enemies with the worst possible evil they could imagine. In the Christian West, this generally meant associating enemies with Satan. And Dre, look, I'm not being mean, but when you're sitting here cutting in on my video and I'm trying to get something across, you're not understanding shit. You don't study. And you're not understanding this, so you're over here being hateful and everything, Dre, and you're
being hateful.
Yeah, you are.
Can I finish? All I was trying to say is that Christians make it out to where all witches are bad. Not
Dre, I've already said that. You're basically repeating what I said.
But what he's trying to say, not all Christians do that.
Not all Christians are
No,
bad,
they
though.
don't.
For the good Christians that are watching this that are actually somewhat cool that don't want to stone witches.
I actually have a Christian friend.
Yes,
okay?
You guys are chill, but the people that want to try and kill witches, Those are the people that need to stop.
Dre,
That's
I
all I'm trying
understand
to
that.
say.
Okay, look, I don't have a problem with that, but I'm talking about the witches in the group, not them.
Yes, I know.
Okay, that's what this video.
She's talking about the
Oh,
the
I didn't know that. That was my fault.
The witches
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
that are
saying.
that they're Christians.
So you're misunderstanding
Wait,
me.
how can you be a? What?
That's
See?
what we're trying to get across.
That don't make sense. You can't be both. You have to
can't
be only
both.
one or.
Okay,
That's it.
now,
That's what we're trying to get
these
across.
sort of extreme
I'm
demonizations
sorry.
allows a person to stop seeing their enemy as entirely human and the conflict as something which does not require mercy, traditionally just as procedures or anything of the kind. The only just outcome is merely the defeat that one's enemy, but their complete extermination in a battle, whereas one's very extent. Wait. Yeah. In a battle, whereas one's very existence is at stake, survival becomes the only moral value worth upholding. That's what y'all need to think about, because that's what's coming up now. Y'all think that's the only reason why y'all are holding on to that word Christian witch is so if they start hunting us, you can drop the word witch off and y'all can get saved. And I'm ashamed of you because y'all are going to betray your witch kind just to say you're a Christian. So y'all can definitely get out of my group. And any of you admits upholding that kind of behavior, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Yep. Every last one of you admits, I'm ashamed of y'all. And you better be glad I ain't calling y'all out by name. Best be glad I'm not. And I might be having a talk with all y'all myself. The above image, I know she ain't talking to me though. She's not talking. She's talking to Alex. The above, and I can't show y'all the image, but the above image depicts the witch's kiss. It was believed that part of the rite of becoming a witch in Salem's service involved kissing Satan's rear. It should be remembered that in so far as there existed anyone who practiced the healing and divination techniques of older pagan traditions, there would have been had anything to do with Satan. After all, Satan is a creation of Christianity and monotheistic tradition. Any witches who existed were Pathanists or polytheists, whatever that word is, and wouldn't have believed in Satan. Persecuting witches and persecuting women. The subservience of women to men was a common theme in early Christian writings, and outgrowth of both traditional patriarchal attitudes and the extreme some of these words are hard. Heretical. Thank you. Nature of the church itself. Groups which did not hold the heresy in any form were attacked immediately. There is no shared authority between the genders in traditional Christianity, either in the church or in the home. Homosexuality would be particularly threatening to his ideology as it raises the potential of redefining gender roles, especially in the home. And yeah, a lot of you witches, I would be surprised wanting to be calling yourself Christian witches dealing with homosexuality. A lot of us are totally on the page of helping people that are homosexuals. And why the hell would you want to be calling yourself Christians knowing that Christians are against that shit? Hello?
What about racism?
And racism. They're against racist people. They hate racists. They don't like black people. They don't like, any Muslims. So how the hell are y'all? Oh my God, don't even get me started. Witness how the recent attacks upon homosexuality in society has progressed hand in hand with the mindless promotion of vague traditional family values, particularly those which put women in their place and reinforced male dominance in the home, with a married couple of 2 women or 2 men who exactly supposed to be in charge and who meekly obedient, where they want women under thumb. Us women we can't be independent. We have to be dependent. We have to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. We can't work jobs. You guys want to go back to that? You want to go to being Christian witches? Think about what the hell you're fucking waving a brown flag around for, guys, because you don't know what the fuck you're going around shooting your flag for, because y'all are being fucking stupid. Be careful what you're saying Christianity witches for. Even my admins, you're being stupid. I know why I'm saying I'm a witch for. It's for my rebelness and for my spirituality. Be careful what you're talking about, people. You don't know really what you're being proud about. I do. Oh, you people are making me ashamed of every last one of you. I'm about to kick every one of y'all out and restart this group. Bitches. And I mean that for every one of y'all in here.
Well, what about the ones that are cool?
So there ain't very few men that was cool.
My solitaire page is more friendly than
Nick, you need to calm down.
Never mind that the Christians who fear such relationships will never be asked to make those decisions themselves. The mere fact that people are making such decisions on their own rather than obeying someone else's religious proclamations, is quite enough to give them fits of aplexity. The perception of women as inferior to men, which women, us witches, feel ourselves as we are up there because there's more goddesses than anything. So how the hell? Y'all want to be Christian witches? Really? Really? We're inferior to men. Really? Okay. And possibly the enemy of proper religious or social order. Yeah. Has survived down through this day, and the most conservative and fundamentalist religious movements around the world. Religious institutions and doctrines are a primary repository for ancient beliefs about the social, physical, political, and religious inferiority of women. Even if the rest of the society is moving on and improving women's status, religion remains the main source of beliefs and attitudes which it says retard, that progress in the hopes of revising it completely. And where women cannot be attacked directly, they are attacked indirectly through negative stereotypes about feminine values as compared to positive stereotypes of manly or masculine traits. Think about it, ladies. Yeah, they think we're gay.
Homosexuality.
Every woman.
It would be a mistake to assert that the Christian persecution of witches and witchcraft was nothing but an attempt to suppress women and feminine influences. Christian society, politics, and theology at the same time simply weren't that simplistic. At the same time, it's hard to overestimate the role of misogynistic attitudes and repressed male sexuality played in the persecution of witches. It seems likely that if they didn't exist,
let's say something. Say if you're a bisexual male, oh, they'll have a field day with your ass.
Oh yeah, and you know how many bisexual males are witches, and how many gay men are witches?
I am bisexual.
Yeah.
But if I was there back in that time, I'd probably get killed immediately.
Yep.
People like them were scared of differences.
They kill gay men, gay women, bisexual women. If you were merely different, you got killed. And they hacked it up to, it's a devil, it's witchcraft. But if you're Christian, you're fine.
Well, I mean, just look at
but we're not going there. We're getting off topic. And my face is burning.
The thing of it is people that
but it's
mental
true.
patients and stuff. What was their problem? It wasn't because they had an illness. They were possessed.
Hello, Sunker.
It's the truth. And it pisses me off a little bit because of all the shit that
I know, but I don't want to get off topic. I'm trying to stay on topic and read this. I'm trying to educate these folks because I'm fired up.
That's part of it as well.
Okay. So, at the same time, it's hard to overestimate. Okay, we already said that attitudes of the repressed male sexuality played in the persecution of witches. It seems likely that if they didn't exist, the extreme violence directed at women and alleged witches probably wouldn't have occurred. Yeah. And there's like so much more, guys. They actually had one called the Pilgary. They had the Iron Maiden. They had the Rack. No, the Pilgary. They had one called the Savinger's Daughter, the Iron Boot.
Yeah,
they had one called the Gossip Bridled, or the Brank, the Jugs, the Bastarnato. I mean, they had so many torture devices they put on us. They actually have the one where I told y'all where they actually got the women's nipples and twisted it, where I wasn't joking. Which was the male torture. He thought I was joking about it. I mean, there's so many different paragraphs about this, which I'm going to bookmark this because I'm going to use this in fellow teachings because a lot of my people are, like I said, very stupid.
It's bad. It's really fucked up.
Bookmark this tab.
It's really messed
because
up.
I'm going to start teaching y'all on this because evidently my students are very, 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 very stupid and uneducated.
I should have taught this in the beginning.
Because this should have been taught a long time ago, so there would not have been nobody untaught. And after I'm done with this, I'm going to go have a very long talk with my admins because I'm very pissed off at my admins right now. Very, very, very pissed. I might do a video with them only because I'm very mad at them. Since they think it's cute to, have words with my mother and not me. Because I'm the one who's really, really fired up. But if any of y'all have questions concerning this video, you can feel free to have a comment, but make sure you be careful what you say because if you haven't seen all this video, I'm very fired up and I'm very ticked off. And I'm trying to educate people to make sure they understand that I want a coexistence, but like I said at the beginning of the video, coexistence mean that I can actually have like I can have a Christian friend sit down with me. I can have a Catholic friend sit down with me. I can have my Muslim friend sit down with me. I can have my, I can have my Jewish friends sit down with me. I can have my Islamic, I can have a whole bunch of people sit down with me. We can have a conversation and nothing would have no problem. And we could all get along and our beliefs would not have nothing to do with it. And it would never cause an issue. That is coexisting. And that's what people need to understand. And I gave the definition of coexisting. It does not mean that we have to be the same belief system to coexist. No, it does not. When it shows all the symbols of our belief, that means sitting down together and just chilling. That's what it means. It does not show one symbol together. People, if you do not know what it means, do not try to be it.
I was gonna post that.
Simple thing.
I was like,
it's like if you see one symbol, I mean, there is a belief system that they call the New World Order that wants to make a one world belief system.
And that's not right.
But that's not us. Me being a witch, I don't want a one world order because that would be oxymoron.
Praise this God.
That would take away my independence. That would take away my belief. That would take my freedom of me being me and me believing in my gods and my goddesses. And that would take me worshiping what I worship because I then would have to worship every other belief that everybody else has. And I would be confused on who the hell I am. I would not have my identity. I would not know who the hell I am. And so that's why people need to understand you need to have your individuality, your belief. That's why you cannot be of two beliefs. That's why you cannot be a Christian witch because you are mixing two beliefs that hate each other, really. Okay, I don't hate a Christian. No. Okay, I dislike most Christians because they hate me. I have Christian friends, yes. But most Christians hate us because they see us as devil worshipers. Do I worship the devil? No. Do I believe in the devil? I was taught there was one because when I was force fed when I was going to church, I was taught independent fundamental Christian Baptist. So, how do I feel about Jesus Christ? You want to know my true feelings? He's fake. He's man made.
There's a God. Yes,
I believe that there's
God.
gods and goddesses, but I think Jesus Christ is man made. He is a control mechanism, my dude, because I think he's for fear. I think he's there to control people that are scared to make beliefs on their own. So I think that most people that I think God and the devil are there because, fear factors, because there's one and one. And I feel that's why there's only one and one, because it's like, oh, I got one God and I got one devil, and I'm better than you, and it's like, oh, I'm better than you because I got one God, That's how it is. It's like nana nana boo boo. I got one God and I'm better than you, and that's how it is. It's like, seriously, dude, really? It's stupid. And see, and this is a funny thing. And this is the thing. This is what they don't understand. Their God and their devil is duality. They're one and the same, and they don't get that. And ooh. And they don't understand how that works because they're not taught that. And me being raised in that belief for so long and being taught that belief and having actually 4 degrees in Christianity, and I can actually be a preacher or priest or however they want to call me. I know more about the belief than more of the preachers do and more of the priests do in Christianity. I can actually put most of them on their butts compared to the Bible than they do. And they're going to say, oh, that's because you're the devil. No, that's because I went to college for it, dude. Most of them don't even go to the Christian college. I went to the Christian college in Oklahoma that most of them have to go to be a preacher.
And most of them don't.
Most of them get like a license out of a bubblegum machine. I actually got a license.
Is this the game you used to play, Dark Alliance?
I think so. And that's what actually makes me mad, and I gave up on it because it wasn't me. Because there were so many holes in it. And, even now when I pray to my gods and goddesses, they're there. And like in the Bible, it says that God says, come to me freely, come to me on your own, that I'm not going to throw everything at you, that I want you to come to me on bended knee on your own, and that the devil's going to throw the kitchen sink and everything at you, that he's going to tempt you and all this shit. I see more, and I'm going to put it to you honestly, I see more of the Christians doing everything to get you to come to them more than I see anything. To me, I'm like, they're more the devils than the devil's the devil, if you want me to be honest with you, because they're the ones getting in your face. They're chasing you down the streets. I mean, it's like they're not seeing how much evil they're actually doing, because in honesty, and this is why I get mad at them, they're like, oh, you're not supposed to judge me. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. I'm like, you don't guys understand when it says you're supposed to, they're supposed to have like this godly light inside them that, yeah, pastors are normally pedophiles. I agree. But they're not only that. They're also, their kids are normally really bad, or they're hooking up with younger chicks or something like that. But they're supposed to be really good people that have this godly light inside them that make you want to come to God, that make you want to go to church, that they're not supposed to chase you down, and, you're supposed to just see this thing in them, that this happiness, this glow, this something about them that just draws you to them. That's just like, can I talk to you for a minute? And weirdly enough, I get that a lot. Everywhere I go, people are just drawn to me. I have more people, and my husband's just like, what the heck? People just walk up and talk to me. And he just starts laughing. He goes, everywhere you go, someone's got to talk to you. And I'm like, I know. It's like, I can't, I've had that since forever. And
okay, so you guys are going to hear a moan while we're playing.
So, I mean, I get like tons of people talking to me. My sons are just like, oh my God. But I mean, I have people normally always talking to me, and it's always like that for me. And it doesn't bother me. I mean, I've gotten used to it as the years, but tonight I was on fire because I got very upset about it because my admits were kind of being snooty.
Your son gets aggravated when he goes, "Oh, will you quit talking to everybody?"
My mom's the same way too, but we had admins making rude comments because they were claiming to be Christian witches. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I'm trying to let them know that I don't have problems with Christian people that are nice. I have Christian friends. I have Catholic friends. I have friends of every doornail that there is. You know, I have friends everywhere. Long as they're open-minded, they don't judge me. I don't judge them. I'm cool. But I let them know you kind of can't. There's no riding the fence. You're either one thing. Like me, I'm a spiritualist and I'm a witch. You know, that's you can do that, but you can't be like a Christian witch. There's like no way around that because it's just like water and oil. There's like no way. There's like it can't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's two things that like one they believe that we're Satanists, we're evil, and even though there's some that like us, but if you go to a Christian church and you go, "Hey, I'm a witch," what's gonna happen? You're going to get chased out of a church. You're lucky if they're not going to kill you. You're lucky they're not going to call the cops. You're lucky that they're not going to press charges. You're lucky that they're not going to, we got some Satanists here. They're trying to kill us and blah, 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 blah. It's going to be a hot mess. It's going to be bad. So, and they think we're being judgmental. And it's just like, no. And I feel like that little boy on YouTube, Linda, listen. I feel like that little boy right now, you know? And it's like, dude, for real. It's like, I don't get where they get this basic assumption.
No, sir.
No, they don't. I mean, they're mixing spirituality. I mean, like certain religious aspects and witchcraft can go hand in hand. Like, if you want to mix Santeria and witchcraft, yes. Hoodoo and witchcraft, yes. Voodoo and witchcraft, yes. Because, yeah, exactly. You're either a witch or a Christian. Exactly. And see, the different types of the religion that's in voodoo is very different. It's not your typical, because they use like religious relics, but I think that's why they're getting it mixed, because they think that they're using like your traditional Christian relics, and they're really not. These are people that, this is a different type of Christianity that is not, no.
Who left the game?
Divination and Christianity does not go hand in hand. It doesn't, because they look at it as another form of witchcraft as well. So the different type of witchcraft that is in voodoo and the religion that they use is different, because it's a different part of like what Papa Legba and Marie Laveau and the different ones that they did. It was a form of hexing. And people that talk about that, they need to go really deep in and study it. I've studied it, and if they're going to talk about studying those kind of things, you really have to go deep into it, like really deep into the roots and the grain of it. And they're not really understanding it. So this is why I'm getting mad at my students, because they're really kind of like talking out of their bungholes right now. And I'm about ready to start bringing in some of my priests and some of my darker ones and be like, here, smack them upside their heads, because they don't know what they're talking about. Because I know some practitioners that are voodoo practitioners, and these people are like, and the only reason why I'm close to them is because it's in the blood lineage, because of where we're from. You know, not just from Salem, but you know.
Wow, you guys. Oh,
they do assume. a lot of people do assume that they're bad and they're evil, but it's like I said, it's lineage. Some do it for protection, and you have to understand that, like when Marie Laveau won, when spit, my cat is here. Pick up your head, kiddo. Like Marie Laveau, sometimes when she did a lot of her bad stuff, she was doing it to protect people, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You do it for love of people, and when there's some people that when you cross them the wrong way, they will put it on you as well.
Interesting.
They do it for sometimes if they're, say, going to court, or say that you steal from them, like I said earlier, you harm one of their children, you hurt one of their family members, you rob from them, say rape, say you beat one of them, beat one of their family members, they find out that something happened to a family member, they hear about it. There's so many different things they do. There's so many different ways that it can be looked at wrong, but it's not always such bad stuff. I mean, we do things to protection over our crop, successful crop harvest, stuff for rain, stuff for good weather, you know, good health for people within our neighborhoods. Which a lot of us have been trying to do that since COVID has started. We've been trying to improve health. And yeah, a lot of us have been trying to help with the drought, like my mom said, because there's been tons of drought. Trying to help with, tons of stuff.
On fire.
Well, it's not that a lot of us hate Christians. We just dislike them. Because, like, we disapprove.
Damn, that
it's like we wish that they had more knowledge and understanding of what they did, and not such ignorance and intolerance that they do. Because it's like they want more power and more dominion over everything, and they want more money, and yeah, they need more balance, definitely, and they need more peace.
They want control.
And they need
my ult's about ready.
They need a lot. But my battery's about ready to die on me. I only have like 25% left on me, because I've been going off for about an hour. I mean, I was that mad. Yeah, that's the whole point, actually, that religion was created over, was money. It was like I've told people, it was the whole Peter Pan story. That was religion. Peter Pan. I'm kid you not. It was the whole Robin Hood of Locksley. It was the whole, Sheriff of Nottingham. I kid you not. If you pay attention to Peter Pan and think about Christianity, you're gonna laugh, because that's why I tell everybody, watch the story of Peter Pan and think about Christianity, and you're gonna notice similarities. And think about the story of Rome and the Colosseums. It's a get-rich scheme. Because if you pay attention of increasing their taxes, and they weren't making enough money back in them days. Wow. So the quickest way to make money that wasn't taxable, that they can make money, is let's create something that we can easily say that they could not tax. God. Easiest get rich scheme that there ever was. And no one could question it, because it's God. Let's create 10 commandments first, and then let's get all these creative writers together that make these monumental stories, and then all this thou shalt and all these weird things. I mean, half the Bible at the beginning doesn't make sense, because all these big weird freaking words that you cannot pronounce, and you're sitting there just like, what the hell is it saying? I mean, half the first books of the Bible, like the whole New Testament, you can't make heads or tails out of it unless you're like a historian from Hell's Half Acre. So you're sitting there just like, what they want me to do, who they want me to eat, who do I need to sacrifice, say what? I mean, only thing you get out of it is God came back to life, and like I said, he was a zombie vampire, you know?
That's what I said. The whole part of the Bible
Okay.
is it's got a bunch of shit in there you don't understand.
And it contradicts itself. Like the movie The Devil's Advocate, I could not agree with it so much more. Like where he was sitting there at the end saying that God's telling you you could taste it, but don't swallow it. You could swallow it, but don't enjoy it, you know? And then, you know, all the different things Al Pacino is saying to Keanu Reeves, I'm like, this is things I've been saying forever. And I'm like, I swear to God, he's reading my mind. I'm like, oh my God. It's contradictory. It is so contradictory. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes. I'm like, seriously. And why does God want you stupid? Why doesn't he want you having knowledge? Why doesn't he want you increasing? God wants you walking around me, duh, George, I'm so stupid. Why can't you eat from the food of knowledge? Seriously. Why would he want Adam and Eve walking around being retards? Seriously, that's what they were. Fucking retards walking around being butt naked, walking around stubbing their feet in all the God blessed trees, not knowing and having shit tons of babies, basically being the most stupidest people in the whole fucking world. And then they eat from the tree of knowledge and realize, oh, I've been the dumbest fucking person in the whole goddamn world.
That is not the point.
No.
Having all these kids with each other. Their kids are having kids with each other.
And they're having the most incestual sex in the Garden of Eden, and it's okay until they eat from the tree of knowledge. Then it's wrong. Because they've been sleeping with all their children, then it's wrong. Because they ate from the fruit of knowledge. You tell me in what universe does this make fucking sense?
They really were.
I'm sitting here.
Oh my God, I've been sitting all along.
I'm like, and then we're all related. So I'm sleeping with my brother, who happens to be my husband, that's somehow related to my uncle and my aunt. So I'm having some true blood shit going on in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you've been just sinner the whole entire time and didn't know it till you ate.
So we're all sinners, whether we're all going to hell regardless. So you know, why the hell try? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said. You didn't know you were a sinner until you ate the fruit, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm a fucking sinner.
And, you know, like, and the shit that my grandma used to tell me that a baby's a sinner the moment it comes out. So, you know, I'm sitting here just like, so if a baby dies, a baby's gonna go to hell. So I'm sitting here just wanting to slap my grandma.
Baby is not a sinner unless it's born. If it dies inside you, it's not a sinner.
No, that's what she said. At the moment that the baby is born, it's a sinner.
But if it's not born, it's not a sinner. So if you don't have the baby and it's still inside of you, it's not a sinner.
Yeah, I know. So this is shit that she told me. So I'm sitting here thinking that if babies die once they're born, they go to hell. And I'm like, you know how bad I wanted to throat punch my grandmother?
Yeah, but it makes sense. Why did God?
And this is okay.
Why did he?
And I'm like, and this is what my people, my students in my group want to say they're Christian witches for.
It's ridiculous.
And they wonder why my blood pressure is going through the roof.
We're gonna fight in the Black Forest.
But yeah, you can subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, dude. I'm going to end this video so I can go chew out some people in my group real quick before my battery dies. But hopefully I'm going to make a video again in the next few days. But thank you for being here with me while I ranted and raved and made...
Let our stupid mother make one.
You're not stupid. You have a good night too, sweetie. And thank you. And I appreciate you staying here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. All right. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.